The Bells by Edgar Allan Poe. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to twinkle with a crystalline delight, keeping time, in a sort of runic rhyme to the tin-tin nebulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. Hear the mellow wedding bells, golden bells. What a world of happiness their harmony foretells. Through the balmy air of night how they ring out their delight. From the molten golden notes and an in tune, what a liquid ditty floats. To the turtle dove that listens while she gloats on the moon, oh, from out the sounding cells, what a gush of euphony voluminously wells. How it swells, how it dwells on the future, how it tells of the rapture that impels to the swinging and the ringing of the bells, 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 of the bells, 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 to the rhyming and the chiming of the bells. Hear the loud alarum bells, brazen bells. What a tale of terror, now, their turbulency tells. In the startled ear of night how they scream out their affright, too much horrified to speak, they can only shriek, shriek, out of tune. In a clamorous appealing to the mercy of the fire, in a mad expostulation with the deaf and frantic fire, leaping higher, 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 with a desperate desire and a resolute endeavor, now to sit or never, by the side of the pale-faced moon. Oh, the bells, bells, bells! What a tale their terror tells of despair, how they clang and clash and roar. What a horror they outpour on the bosom of the palpitating air. Yet the ear it fully knows, by the twanging and the clanging, how the danger ebbs and flows. Yet the ear distinctly tells, in the jangling and the wrangling, how the danger sinks and swells, by the sinking or the swelling in the anger of the bells, of the bells, of the bells, 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 bells. In the clamor and the clangor of the bells, hear the tolling of the bells, iron bells. What a world of solemn thought their monody compels. In the silence of the night, how we shiver with affright at the melancholy menace of their tone. For every sound that floats from the rust within their throats is a groan. And the people, ah, the people, they that dwell up in the steeple, all alone, and who tolling, 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 in that muffled monotone, feel a glory in so rolling on the human heart a stone. They are neither man nor woman, they are neither brute nor human, they are ghouls, and their king it is who tolls, and he rolls, 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 a paean from the bells, and his merry bosom swells with the paean of the bells, and he dances, and he yells, keeping time, in a sort of runic rhyme, to the paean of the bells, keeping time, in a sort of runic rhyme, to the throbbing of the bells, 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 to the sobbing of the bells, keeping time, as he knells, in a happy runic rhyme, to the rolling of the bells, 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 to the tolling of the bells, 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 to the moaning and the groaning of the bells. The Bells poem was first published in 1849. It is known for its vivid and evocative depiction of the various stages of life and the emotions associated with them, as symbolized by the sound of bells. The poem is divided into 4 parts, each focusing on different types of bells and the feelings they evoke. The poem progresses from the joyful and celebratory sounds of silver bells to the ominous tolling of iron bells, reflecting a descent from happiness to despair. Here is a deeper analysis of each part of the poem. Part 1. Silver Bells. In this section, the poem opens with a joyful and festive mood. The sledges with the bells refer to sleighs or carriages adorned with silver bells that are ringing merrily. The sounds of these bells are associated with happiness and celebration. The repetition of the word tinkle emphasizes the light, cheerful, and delicate nature of the bell's sound. The mention of stars twinkling in the night sky adds to the sense of joy and wonder. The runic rhyme mentioned refers to an ancient mystical form of writing, which further adds to the sense of enchantment. This section represents the youthful and joyous phase of life. Part 2. Golden Bells. This section transitions to the sound of wedding bells, which symbolize love and marriage. The mellow wedding bells create an atmosphere of warmth and happiness. The mention of molten golden notes and liquid ditty suggests that love is like precious gold, and the harmonious sound of the bells is like a beautiful song. The turtle dove listening to the bells represents a sense of peace and contentment. This part of the poem represents the stage of life associated with love and matrimony. Part 3. Brazen Bells. The mood shifts dramatically in this section as the poem describes the alarm bells. These bells create a sense of terror and chaos, symbolizing the challenges and dangers of life. The bells are described as screaming and shrieking, and the stanza is filled with onomatopoeic words that convey a sense of panic and urgency. The reference to the mercy of the fire suggests a fire or disaster that people are desperately trying to escape from. This section represents the hardships and trials of life and the fear they can instill. Part 4. Iron Bells. The final section of the poem presents a somber and melancholic tone. The iron bells toll with a deep and mournful sound, symbolizing death and the end of life. The repetition of the word bells and the use of alliteration in phrases like melancholy menace and groan create a sense of heaviness and sorrow. The people in the steeple are described as neither human nor brute but as ghouls, emphasizing the eerie and otherworldly nature of death. The king of the ghouls tolls the bells, and his actions are described in a surreal and nightmarish manner. This section represents the inevitable and inescapable aspect of death, and the tolling of the iron bells marks the end of life's journey.